So we were learning about the social issues in retailing. Now, social responsibility is the major thing for every retailer to follow. There are certain businesses which cannot be started everywhere in every part of the country. So in such situations, they have to be careful in changing their product a little here and there. For example, I give an example of McDonald's, and you can take example of Burger King. Okay, such will not be such companies. One second. Such companies will not be able to open their branches throughout the world. So they'll have to make sure that they change a little ingredient part or the packaging, or any part of the product, so that they will be able to sell their products in other countries also. But there are many other companies where the products are universally accepted, like Coca-Cola. If you take the products or the food that you get in McDonald's, you can go for you can take an example of French fries, or that make pizza, muffins. All these are sold everywhere. In every McDonald's you get such products, so they are accepted worldwide. It has a global market. But all of these big retailers have lot of pressure. Okay, they have lot of pressure from other businesses or other groups around them. So they'll have to be careful while doing the business. So which are the groups that they would get pressure from? Are consumer activists. Okay, consumer activists are certain people who will be waiting for such instances to make sure that all customers are safe or consumers are safe. So they make sure all products that are given to consumers are properly given, and there is no malicious products or any other dangerous products which might harm kids or adults or any person for that matter. And there is nowadays you have social media, mass media, newspaper, your Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. There are so many social media where if one product does not work, the word of mouth immediately spreads very quickly. So in that scenario, every business has to be very careful while they're doing business, that is while they're selling their products. They have to make sure their products does not have any default, and they're able to give the product very easily to people without any hesitation. So even when we are buying a product, let's say for example, we are buying a iron box. Now we buy this iron box to iron our clothes. Now when you plug the iron box, if you are having, or if you're getting the current shock, if you're getting the shock from the iron box, which means the iron box is defective. So in such scenario, you will have to buy the iron box after testing. The same applies with the light bulbs for us. When we go to buy any light bulbs, LED bulbs or anything, we check the bulb and then we buy it. So these are always better. These small measures are always better for us, and it helps us in buying the quality products. And there are certain professional groups which will have, or which will impose restrictions on marketing process. So the advertisements or ads given, or the way they market the products, it has to be in a legal way. They cannot show advertisements in a vulgar manner. So they have to keep up their standards even while doing the marketing, or even while promoting their product. So that is why there are some very strict rules. Even for the movies, if you take for that matter, they will have to attain certain certificates, right? So if it's a kids movie or an adult movie, they have certain certificates which will be given for every movie. So without certificates, they cannot put the movie or publish the movie in the theaters. So all these are extra additional things which will be kept for promotion. Then such impact may be felt by retailers in doing the business. When will you know the difference? You will know the difference only when you're doing the business. Okay, so that is the social issues in retailing. So let us understand further what are the other issues. These are few points. There are some more points to add up. Ethical trading practices. We have to be very ethical in doing our business, and without which we will not be encouraged to do business. You cannot or one person cannot always cheat the consumers and make money. He can make money for some period of time, but that cannot go on for a longer period of time. Okay, many foreign companies have adopted a strict evaluation of a business partner against ethical trading activities. So they always make sure they double check on the person whom they are doing a merger or amalgamation with, or whom they are working with. The normal business partners also has to be checked upon. And if there are any violation of rules which is happening, then immediately they can stop their relationship, that is business relationship. Now suppose the two companies, I always give an example of Flipkart and Walmart. Now these two companies came together, they have already started their business. Now if one of the company is violating the laws as per their agreement, there will be certain clause to end that relationship or end that partnership also. Okay, so that can be discussed upon and solved. If not, they can directly end the agreement. So ethical trading practices plays a major role in retailing, because they will try to have lot of agreements or lot of business partners with many companies. So that is ethical trading practices. Next, strategic corporate social responsibility. Now CSR, okay, corporate social responsibility is CSR. So everybody must, or every company now it is compulsory to have CSR. So in CSR, what happens is they make sure they contribute something to the society, because they will be utilizing employees for their work. They will be utilizing nature, raw materials from the nature, electricity, water, lot of things they will be using from the actual environment. So they would like to contribute something to the society in return. So that is the major corporate social responsibility. So first only few companies took initiative to do this, but now as per the many rules, as per many act also, CSR have become compulsory. So every company must keep aside some amount of profit to serve the society, maybe in any form. They can help the poor people, poverty people. They can distribute food to people. They can open up schools, take up villages, and help the people in the villages, or they can clean the city lakes. Any type of work initiative can be taken up by the company, and they will be doing it. Okay, so that is strategic corporate social responsibility. Next, community investment. So community investment, it is concentrating how company administers their activities in society and creates a remarkable impact for both society and business. Now in this coronavirus scenario, if you see, there are so many companies who have come up and they have contributed to the relief fund. Okay, why relief fund will be started? Because there are so many people who are not able to go for their job, apart from work from home, or any people who are able to at least fetch a little money. Apart from these people, there are so many daily wages employees. For them, if they work for one day or half a day, only then they will be able to eat for the day. So for such people to help, the government requires money. So they also are using their money. Along with that, there are many contributors. So in such scenario, they will be trying to raise the money and make a difference. This every company is trying to do. If you just check out on any news, they are trying to serve the community, maybe by giving food, by donating money, by making sure that their own employees' salary is not reduced or they are not cut. So all these steps are being taken. So they want their company to stand out in the society. Okay, strategic community investment should be set up to maximize the positive impact of their products, services, employees, and customers both in long and short term. Now, why they would like to do this community investment is that they would like to show their company in a positive light. Okay, they don't want to put their company into the negative light, saying, okay, this company is not good. They don't want that sort of image in anybody's mind. So they always would like to give a company good name or show them in a very, very positive scenario or positive light. So that is why community investment happens. Then corporate governance. Majority of Indian companies have started adopting good corporate governance norms. This has made the business operations more transparent and increased satisfaction to stakeholders. Now, here, what they are trying to say is this corporate governance means how good they are able to manage their company. So if they are very transparent in giving the amounts in balance sheet, if they show proper profit, if at all there is loss, they have to show the loss also properly. And if there is any, if they think there is anything missing, any information has been missed out from the balance sheet, they have to make sure that the company comes out with a new balance sheet or new accounts, so that they don't cover their mistakes, but they're very honest with the stakeholders are nothing but people who are interested in the company's information, maybe normal people, employees, shareholders, other management of the company. Okay, apart from who are involved, there will be some other people who will be investing in the company. So they also have to be satisfied because they will be investing more money. So Indian companies, they always want to make sure they are more transparent and they satisfy their stakeholders, so that the company can have a bright future in a long term. So these are few of the social issues in retailing. I hope everybody understood these two slides. Anybody has doubt in these two slides? Can you all leave it in chat? So everybody understood these two slides. Okay, let's continue then. Now, ethical issues in retailing. Now, ethical issues, again, this question is very, very important for your examination point of view. The 6 marks as well as 14 marks question. 14 marks question is repeated more number of times. Out of 5 to 6 papers, you can expect them in 3 to 4 papers. So concentrate well and understand. Ethical issues in retailing, there are two types of issues, that is implicit code of ethics and explicit code of ethics. Now, before this, let us see what is ethics. Okay, ethics is a set of rules for human moral behavior. There are two types of ethics. So how we give out our behavior to people, so that is our ethics. Now, you cannot shout on everybody, no matter they have done the mistake or they have not done the mistake, or simply you're walking on a road and there's a person who is walking up on the opposite side. You cannot simply go and shout on that person. That shows your behavior. So you have to know how to behave in which situation. And in business, this matters a lot, because you will be dealing with lot of suppliers, competitors, customers, and many other people, including your employees. So you cannot always see the employees in a very low manner, or you cannot say them, my employees doesn't matter to me. All those words are not appropriate to be used. Okay, so ethics are certain set of rules which we have to build up by ourselves. Even you can build it up through observation, or you can build it up through your understanding, or it comes out as you grow. So there are two types. One is explicit code of ethics, other is implicit code of ethics. So let's see what is explicit. Explicit code of ethics is, it is a written policy which specifies what is ethical and unethical behavior, what is right behavior at a situation and wrong behavior at a situation. That is defined with explicit. So you're putting out your behavior in front of people. So that is called as explicit code. Now in a situation at home, when there is, if at all there is any panic situation at home, if everybody is panicking and you start laughing, okay, well, you're not able to control your laugh, so that doesn't make sense. Your reaction or the response doesn't make sense at that particular period of time. So you will have to know how to behave in front of customers, how to treat people around you. All that is implied in explicit code. Then implicit code of ethics, it is written but well understood set of rules or standards of moral responsibility. So it is our responsibility to protect the nature. That is an implicit code of ethic. So we know that we have taken so much from Mother Earth. Now we'll have to make sure that we protect her by all the cost. So that is an implied rule for us. So it's not that you close down all the lakes or you close down all of water bodies and start building you start building the buildings on it. So that's not the right thing. So you'll have to understand what is right when you're doing the work. So always taking others money and not returning back, these are small things which will be useful here as an implied rules. Or certain businesses, what they do is they sell the products to be very good, but if you get after getting the product only, you will understand the products are defective or the products are not in right form. Okay, so those are implicit code of ethics. To summarize, explicit code of ethic is what is right behavior, wrong behavior as per the situation. Again, it depends on the situation, and you put it out through your behavior. Implicit code of ethic, you will have to understand certain things by observation. You need not speak out, but you have to understand certain situation. Okay, so did you all understand the ethical issues, the types of ethics? Did you all understand this slide? Are you all able to hear me and see the slide also? Okay, so that was your implicit and explicit part. Okay, we'll go to the next slide then. Just a second. Okay, next, ethics in retailing. Very, very important. Compulsory 14 marks question. Okay, this has headings, subheadings for you to understand. You'll have to explain these points in your own words. They're easy to understand, so you'll have to explain them. Compulsory 14 marks question asked in every examination. Okay, so let's understand this. Ethics in retailing. Towards customers, what are the ethics you are supposed to follow? So towards each of them, we are going to discuss how the ethics has to be followed. First, towards customers is to recognize rights of the customers regarding safety information, availability, and then freedom to exercise choice delivery of services and grievances. Now here you will have to make sure that you give the rights to customers to ask them if the product is safe or not. Okay, you cannot force a product onto any customer. Once you're selling the product, if they come back with the queries, that is grievances, if they come back with any doubts or if they come back with any defects in the product, in such case we will have to answer their queries or the grievances. We have to give them freedom to make choice. Now maybe a customer does not like yellow color product or red color product, so we'll have to give them a choice in the product as well as color. So we customers have right regarding certain things in the selection of the product, and that has to be agreed upon. Then no regulations available in India towards customers. There are very less regulations when it comes to this part, because maximum of the products are generally manufactured. Okay, we don't customize certain products, but nowadays customization is becoming a trend. But general products nobody customizes, so it is flatly available to everybody, and you always have customer care to help you throughout, so in case of any grievance. Then issues pertaining to invasion of privacy through electric media. Now one cannot go and complain about only one. The company cannot complain about one customer, or they cannot take a comment of one customer and show the customer's name also. Okay, even if they're showing the comment, they should not show the name of the customer. That is the privacy, they're breaking the privacy there. So on electronic media, now social media, you can get lot and lot of information. It is fake or real, that doesn't matter nowadays. So if there is information, if there is some data, they just put it onto the social media. So you will have to know how to differentiate between the fake news and the real news. Is this really worth for me to understand and consider it? That has to be taken by the customers. So we have 3 points under ethics in retailing towards customers. First is the customers must be given right regarding the safety information, availability of the product, freedom of exercise, freedom to exercise the choice of delivery of services and grievances. There are very less regulations regarding this in India, and moreover, privacy of a customer must be kept upon. You cannot go out and give all the details about the customer on social media, or sell out the information of the customer to anybody else. So that is towards customer. Okay, did you all understand towards customer? You'll have to understand every point in this, because it's very, very important. Okay, now let's see the next part, that is towards community and general public. Now towards community and general public, general points have been given. Let's quickly go through it. Avoidance of hoarding and black marketing. So you cannot sell the product in black. That means you cannot buy the product for less amount and sell it for higher cost. Okay, that is called hoarding and black marketing. Like sometimes what will happen, you would have got the product from some go down, or some other unethical place, where you're not supposed to buy. So you would have got the product at a very, very less price than actually it is. Now let's take for example, there is a nice a chair. Okay, a wooden chair. Now this wooden chair is very, very good. Now you have got this wooden chair from a nearby go down. Now that nearby go down has sold the wooden chair. It's very good, first class in quality, where you can sell the wooden chair very well at a very higher price. But due to some scenario, they were not able to sell it, and they just gave out the chair to whichever customer asked for. So you cannot buy the chair from there, and then you cannot sell it on OLX or Quicker for too much of higher amount. That is not a right thing to do. Okay, many people do it, but that is what we are saying. It is not a right thing to do when it comes to community and general public. And when you are contributing towards charity, the companies has to be very sensitive. They should be able to respond to people and their views. Now in such situations, they should be able to go on and give some amount as charity. Okay, those are the 2 points under community and general public. So we'll stop the class here for today, because we have another class coming up. So Thank you, students.